Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, Mondays with Anita, and our theme is Discover Joyous Love. So this is a broad theme that I have, but within that is a hybrid of subjects under mindfulness, sexuality, and relationships. I am a love and relationship coach, and I'm a psychotherapist, and I can be found at tantrawisdom.com. But today, what I want to talk to you about is forgiveness. Forgiveness for better self love, for better relationships, for more passion, for more romance. And I find that this is such a terrifying, fearful subject for a lot of people who are holding on to pain from their entire lives, from their childhood, from past relationships, from people who have died where you didn't make a closure with them. You know, in any relationship, there should always be a beginning, a middle, and a closure. Now, closures are never set in stone and forever. That doesn't mean that you're closing something and never going to go back to it. It's just there to help you forgive, not forgiving the person, but forgiving for yourself. So we have to forgive so that we can heal and grow and move on into the next stage of our life, or stay where you are, even if you are in that stage, staying where you are, but still being able to get yourself back to full harmony, alignment of your somatic body, your emotional body, your spiritual body. So forgiving those in your life. So let's for a moment reflect on all of the things in your life that you think you're still hating or holding a grudge for. And holding the grudge is like this armor sitting on your shoulders that creates disease in the heart, which it blocks the heart. And it's one of the causes of heart disease out there because people are holding on to the grudges of the hate and the things that others did to them. It does take two to tango. So if you had a terrible relationship or not such a good upbringing, okay, if you were a child, you were innocent. So we are innocent and we are under the auspices of the parents in their guidance to us. But we certainly can grow up and recreate ourselves and become something better and move on and reteach ourselves, teach your parents what it is, or even teach people in your life what it is that you need that makes you happy, what it is, how do you like to be treated, how do you like to be talked to. Does someone belittle you or dismiss you when you express yourself? These are the things that create what we call a subconscious anger that lives in the lower body and the lower chakra. And over time, it builds into what we call armor. And then it becomes a volcano, some type of volcanic disruption or disease that can take over the body, whether it be a medical disease or whether it be something in your life where you just explode. So we're going to talk a little bit about this forgiveness here and what it means. It is a gift to the self. What we want to do is clear those emotional wounds which get in the way of successful relationships of all kinds, especially love, romance and passion. If you're holding on to old pain from an old lover, it's the next relationship. You better pause at that time because going into another relationship, clarity is what is needed. We just don't want to put layer on top of layer on top of layer, which creates armor, creates disease in the body. And it creates a character of denial, a character of defense, that defensive character that people so live by that is just so unbecoming, and it is not the heart. So again, we don't want to armor up that heart of ours because the heart is what's going to make all the magic happen in life. Part of letting go of forgiveness is freeing up, letting go of the baggage. Once you let go, then you will attract a truly potential partner. Yes, that's right. When we let go of baggage and let go, when we forgive those who have hurt us, for ourselves, for our own feelings, connecting to your own feelings, then you are able and ready to move on. Oh, let's take a breath, folks. Here we are, Monday morning, episode 3. This is of Discover Joyous Love, and our topic today is forgiveness for yourself. It is a gift. and how to have that better relationship, better self-love, and passion. Someone once said, forgiveness is necessary in igniting the spark of love. So the spark of love comes from understanding and connecting to your own feelings, because it is that part of your feelings that connect to someone else. So when you forgive, you ignite that spark again. There you go, the passion. Release, giving up and unburdening, removing that emotional clutter, undoing the blocks. And again, this turns into armor in the body, this emotional clutter that sits in your cells, it's dormant in the body, and it surfaces at different times in our lives, according to where we are in relation to people, according to where we are in relation to our age, according to where we are in relation to our successes, our happiness. So all of these things can surface and creep up, and we don't know what can happen then. So we must continue to monitor the emotions. Forgiveness is about emotional freedom and change. So if you want to have change in your life, you want to seek out and become better, you must forgive those parents that dismissed us, that weren't there for us, the divorced parents that took it upon themselves to abandon children. There's a lot of that out there these days, but like I said, you can recreate yourself. You can go in, teach yourself what it is that you need. There's a lot of help out there. Facing and acknowledging your pain. What the heck does that mean? Facing and acknowledging your pain, admitting that you have this sense of pain going on in your body, admitting and acknowledging what it is that is there and how you can help yourself and what your weaknesses are. Finding more joy in life. That's it. We want to find more joy. Here's a statement to start out with. If you're unfamiliar with what forgiveness feelings are about or how to go about getting to that place, a statement to start out with be, I forgive myself for putting up with a man who belittled me. I forgive myself for the resentments that I have toward myself in life. I forgive myself for not allowing a peaceful moment in my life. So you forgive yourself for the things that others did to you. So you have to forgive yourself in order for the forgiveness to be removed. So I forgive myself for attracting parents that weren't there for me, that abandoned me, that didn't believe me, didn't support me. I forgive myself for having parents that way, although I didn't have a choice. But now I have a choice because I can heal and save myself and recreate me all over again. I don't have to be a victim. So let's let go of the victim mentality today, folks. Forgiveness is for you, for your spiritual insufficiencies and losses in life. Some ways. Oh, let's take a breath. Here we are, taking that breath. Always coming back to your body temple. One of the ways to help forgive yourself is to pamper yourself, recycle your old hurts, restructure the cognition. Now, how do you restructure your cognition with those voices that repeat in the head that come from the intuition or that come from the lower body? So when we breathe and when we pamper ourselves and when we get the healing things that are necessary to help us psychologically and emotionally and somatically, we certainly can restructure the cognition. It will happen on its own. Just allow that to be there. Now let's talk about the worthiness, the self-esteem, the self-worth. That is why people stay in that low self-esteem, low self-worth, because they haven't forgiven a lot of the people in their lives that hurt them. A lot of the people in their lives that abandoned them, took advantage of them, a lot of the people in their lives that dismissed them. So you have to go in, make a list of all of that. And once that list is complete, and you work one out at a time, whether it takes months just to work out one, and it will, because the somatic body is where your truth is where the experience is living, the patterns in the body, these patterns, and it's in your somatic body. Learn and grow from every relationship, every experience. That's again getting back to embodying yourself with your emotions, catching up to those emotions. So learning from every experience, learning and reteaching yourself instead of holding on to the grudge, instead of being angry and discharging. It's coming off the shoulders. It's like you're carrying this weight. Armor creates sexual armor in the body. That's going to be another topic. And when you have this armor, your passion and your love and your spark for romance and love deadens. And people can get disease in their body. They can get cancer. They can get different things around the sexual area as well. And this is because they're holding on to such a grudge in their lives that their heart isn't open. And the heart and the sex must connect. The chakras, they must connect in order for the body to start to open up to its power, open up to its voice, open up to the love. And when that happens, you are allowing yourself to receive from the universe the collectiveness that you deserve in life, the love. To err is human, to forgive is divine. To err is human, to forgive is divine. So again, getting to the divineness, and that taps into higher power, transformation. It goes to many different places, but it begins in the lower body. You're sitting on it. Wake up, folks. Okay, now, one or two last few things here for you. Grudges are all about bitterness, anger, depression, and anxiety. So if you find yourself from time to time, you have a lot of anxiety or you're bitter about things for no reason, you just get upset and angry over little things. This is because you're holding on to grudges. And this is not a good place to be. Please hear me. Let those grudges go. If someone does wrong to you, rise above it. Rise above it. And I'm here to support you. Reaching a state of forgiveness. Stop being that victim again. I'm going to say that again. There are support groups out there for you. There's therapy. There's all kinds of things available. Admit to yourself. Stop judging yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Getting it off the chest is where you want to be. And it's very easy to remove that pain because it's right here, folks. It's right around your heart. Forgiving yourself for not being at peace. Forgiving yourself for that. If you're angry and you're running around with pain, how can you love yourself? How can you have a romantic, passionate relationship? How can you have the orgasms of life? So just one last thing I'd like to add here with this is forgiveness. What it can do is open you up to understanding and empathy. And I'm going to leave you on that note today. You've been watching Discover Joyous Loves with Anita, DeFrancesco here on Mondays. And this is episode 3, and the topic was forgiveness for self-love, romance, and passion. You can find me at tantrawisdom.com, and I also have a true crime book called the DonnaGentiliStory.com. You can also take a look at that. That book is available on Amazon. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Have a great Monday.